Hello, I'm William and welcome to Learning to Learn the Bow Tie Way. Today I'm going to be talking about three things. 1. The illusion of learning. 2. Spaced repetition. And 3. The testing effect. Now, you may be wondering why I'm talking about these things and calling it the bow tie learning to learn. Well, I love bow ties, and I thought something I'm passionate about. I'll show you how these three things get illustrated when you're learning to wear a bow tie. And the first topic is the illusion of learning. And to avoid those, we're going to go into the other two topics, spaced repetition and testing effect. So let's jump right on into it and talk about the illusion of learning and why I chose bow ties to illustrate my point. Now, perhaps you went out and you bought a bow tie. Hopefully you bought one of these, like this, and not one of these bad self-tied ones. So you bought the bow tie, and with it came some instructions, or perhaps you had one, you looked online, and you saw how to tie it. And you thought, well, now that I have that, I know how to tie a bow tie. I don't have to worry about it until right before I go to my event. Well, I hate to tell you this, but that falls under the illusion of learning. That is, you think you know how to do it because you had something in front of you. You had the book, you had the video, you had something like that. Perhaps you even tried it once. And you thought you were successful, but you haven't tried it since then. Well, when you're ready to tie that bow tie, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to get a little mad at yourself because you thought you knew it, but you did not really have a full understanding of it. Just like we go to a test and we thought we knew all of the materials because when we studied, we had the book in front of us, and yet we really didn't learn that. So to avoid this, and to avoid the passive learning problems that we're facing with the illusion of learning, we want to do two main things. One of them is spaced repetition. That is, you want to practice, and practice over time. Don't tie the bow tie like 10 times in a row one night and then go months without ever trying it again. You want to tie it once or twice every night, maybe for a week or two. And I guarantee you, after you do that, you will know how to tie a bow tie every single time that you need to. This will help you understand that practice makes permanence. That is, if you do it again and again and you practice it, you will really master and learn how to do it. The next thing to avoid the illusion of learning is the testing effect. That is, you want to make sure that you can do this at any time you want to. So you might be at an event, and maybe you need to untie it or redo the tie, or perhaps you're traveling and you're trying to put a bow tie on. You don't want to be in a different area and realize, oh, I don't have a mirror, I'm not used to tying it this way, I don't have the instructions with me. So you want to test yourself all the time. And here, I'll show you an example in another video. Hello, and welcome back to Learning About Learning the Bow Tie Way. I hope you enjoyed the video, and it shows you how important it is to be able to test yourself so you're always prepared to be able to tie that bow tie. That's why we want to make sure whenever we're learning something, we check for ourselves for that learning. We do what we call self-testing. We make sure that we truly understand it, because you want to make mistakes when you're at home or when you're away from the testing area, so that way you learn from your mistakes, and then when you're ready to actually do it, whether or not it's to be able to tie the bow tie at a moment's notice, or whether or not you're taking a test in school, you want to make sure you know those ideas very well. Now, all these items were based upon a book by Barbara Oakley called A Mind for Numbers. And there's lots of other great tips and ideas in there that you can take so you can be successful at your learning. So remember, you want to avoid passive learning and not fall into the illusion of learning. You want to make sure that your practice makes permanence, so you space your repetition on what you're learning every day, not all at one time. And finally, you want to test yourself, so that way, by testing yourself, you are ensured you know what you're doing. Good luck with all your bow tie adventures, and thank you for joining me today.